everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about headstand drill. I'll guide you through the step-by-step practice that I include in my inversion drill practice. So if you ever wanted to build strength, balance and confidence for your inversion practice, this is the video for you. Let's get started. Roll out your mat and let's start in a tabletop position. You can measure your arms like so and then come up on all fours, palms and legs. You can keep the legs hip width apart, shoulders stacked on top of the wrist, and we will do some cat and cow stretch, which is your Marjorie Asana. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. We will repeat this for 2 more times, total of 5 reps. Really try to get deep with your pose. Feel it in your shoulders, your wrist, and your spine. One last time. And we are good. Now from here, in the same position, we will draw figure 8 with our body. So you start with one side. It might look funny, but just go with the move. Inhale when you move forward, exhale when you move back. Like an infinity sign, we draw with our body. It will help you open up your spine. It's a good warm-up for your wrist. You'll also feel a little bit in your shoulders. It will activate your joints. One more rep. And we are good. Now we will move to scapula, shoulders. So basically here you are protracting your shoulder and you are sinking it like so. It looks like a tiny movement, but basically you are trying to bring your scapula together and then protract the shoulder where your scapula is apart. Like really try to feel it in your scapula straps. It's hugging right now and now it's wide apart. You can also, if you want to add a little challenge, you can also do it in a plank position. This is a actual scapula push-up, so you can practice it like so. Whatever feels the best. Knees down also works the same. So you can choose an option and practice at least 6 to 7 reps. We'll do it 2 more times. Try to keep your neck long here and we're done. From here, we will do some rest. We will do some wrist stretch. We will give some rest to your shoulders and we will move towards the wrist. You'll do wrist circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Try to keep your arms straight instead of bending. Try to keep them long here. Now we move towards another wrist rotation. You take your back of the hand. You can stretch it like so, or maybe keep them give a soft bend to have little ease in the movement, and you rotate it like so, as though you're making lotus shape. So we do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We can repeat the same on the other side. 1. We'll take the reverse turn here. Yeah. 4 and 5. Yeah. Now from here, we will do some spine stretch. Open your legs in front, stretch your legs in front. Really stretch your arms up and try to lengthen your spine as much as you can. From here, we will fold forward, leading with the chest instead of your neck. Just try to lengthen your chest, lengthen your spine with the chest, and maybe if you can, then try to bring your palms ahead of your feet, and make sure to keep your feet pointing inwards, your toes pointing inwards, so that you have an active stretch behind your leg, which is your hamstring. You want to feel a really nice stretch here. So now lengthen your spine, hold here for a count of 10. Keep breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe with each exhale you can try going more further. 8, 9 and 10. Release. From here we will stretch our feet and try to do the same movement again. So this will help you in opening up your legs, your hip joints. Sorry if the camera angle is a little bit bad. I have limited space here, so let's work with it. Again, stretch your arms up, really lengthen your spine and fold forward as much as you can without sinking your chest and shoulder down, keeping them lifted and active. Hold here for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Exhale, we come back and release. From here, we'll go to my favorite drill, which is dolphins. So you measure, so basically you come into something similar to the plank position, but you keep your palms. So this is the distance you measure even in your headstand pose and even in the dolphins. So basically you measure your arms like so. Put it similar to how you would put it in your plank position. So now we open this without changing the distance between the arms. You clasp your fingers and make a nice triangle with your forearm and stretch the legs behind, coming into a nice plank position here. From here, come on your tiptoes, try to make a straight line with your body in a plank position. Hold here for a count of 10 and then we move forward with the dolphins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to protract your shoulder. What we just learned in the scapula, right? Try to protract instead of sinking them down. 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now from here, maybe if you want, you can bring your knees down, rest for a couple of breaths and then come back again on your tiptoes and we move the chin forward, bypass your wrist. And we do this for about 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now there is an easier variation that I want to show you for next 5 reps. So you can reduce the distance between your elbows and your knees. Come up again. Maybe your hips would look a little bit up here, and then you try to do the same movement. 1, 2, 3. You can reduce it further if you feel that this is also challenging, or maybe go back to the same movement and finish your 10 reps. And 2. And we're done with 10 reps. From here, we will do leg raise in a downward dog position. So let's come to a downward dog position. Coming on all fours again. Maybe you can take a nice breather here. Pedal your legs out. We are here for 2 to 3 breaths, and then we move with our downward dog leg raise. Yes. From here, so try to keep your heels on the floor while you are in downward dog. Now from here we move towards the 3-legged dog. Raising one leg up as far as you can. Really try to push your hands on the floor as though you're coming up in a handstand. And try to feel the nice stretch in your shoulders here. From here, you bring your knee closer to your elbow. Hold here. And lift it up again. Now we bring it to the opposite side. Try to count 3 mentally and hold. We'll do this 4 reps on each side. Again, when you come forward in this movement, make sure to protract your shoulder instead of sinking them like so. Keep the shoulders lifted. We'll move to the other side. Knee to the same side, knee to the opposite side. This will really activate your core, your shoulders, and a nice stretch for your leg. And we are done. From here, we will understand the protraction in the dolphin pose. How do we protract our shoulders? So, in any headstand position, this is the distance that you will measure with your arms. You open up the hand, clasp the fingers, making a nice stable triangle position with your forearms. Now let's say you're in a dolphin pose. So the usual tendency is to make the shoulders like this. So from here, you really want to lift up. This is the movement we want. You can mimic this with me for count of 5, so that when we go up in the headstand, this is the movement we want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So whenever you feel like your shoulders are shrinking, this is the moment you must remember and lift the shoulders up, protract the shoulders so that you don't put a weight on the wrong body part. Right, from here we will actually do the headstand walk. Basically, we will not lift the feet up, but we will try to take a feel of how does it feel to come on your head. So tuck your t-shirts in if it was not already, and then come in a Vajrasana position, and from here we measure our arms. The distance is not so much between my knees and elbows, they are really close, and this distance is something that we don't want to change. Both the elbows should be in the same distance while we unfold the arms and clasp the fingers, making a strong triangle base. Do you know why the triangle base is something that we want? Because it's the most stable shape in the yoga textbook. That is what is mentioned. So yeah, just sharing a little bit of theory behind it. Now what we do is we take the crown of the head. How do you measure crown of the head? Let's take a look at that. You take the palm from your eyebrows, take the middle finger, and where the middle finger points, that's where your crown of the head is. So you really want that to be on the floor and in between your palms where you're making a triangle, that's where your crown of the head should go. So you measure the forearms, open them, make a triangle, place the crown of your head. Really try to take a feel of how does it feel to keep the head down. Once you're ready, you can bring your toes on the floor and really try to just walk a little bit. Maybe in your initial stage, you might be somewhere here. What you want is, you want to walk until your back is kind of in a straight line and your shoulders is also in a straight line. Walk back, walk in front, walk back, walk in front. You really feel the pressure on your head here of your body weight and a little bit on your shoulders as well. But yeah, that's what we want to understand. How does it feel to be in an inverted position? Let your body take its time to feel the pressure and be okay and be comfortable with it. Keep walking, keep breathing normally. And coming down, lower your knees, open the fist, resting child pose to avoid any head rush here. If you feel any pressure on the neck, you can release it by doing a side to side stretch. It's okay if you're breathing heavy. It was an intense exercise. If you did it for the first time, I know it was tough. But yes, let's keep going again. Now from here, we will understand how to lift your legs up. So we'll come back again in the triangle position that we understood the previous time. Bring the crown of your head down to the floor. Walk. Once you have the legs straight and back straight. So what happens usually when you try to walk in for the first time is your knees start to bend and you're like a little bit shivery over here. Try to straighten your legs really here. Once your legs are straight and your back is straight as much as you want to walk this side until you feel like you're gonna fall on the other side. That's how much you walk. And once you're there, what you do is you bring your knee closer to the chest. Let's do the same with the other side. We'll do this for 5 times. Really try to keep your shoulders protracted. You saw how I went this very easily. Try to avoid that. Try to lift your shoulders up. It's very natural to sink your shoulders, but try to remind yourself and really protract your shoulders. And let's finish the knee lifts. And we are done with 5 reps on each side. Again, this would be a lot of pressure on your head, so make sure to take a nice long child pose. Maybe pause the video and take a few more breaths extra to rest. Whatever feels the best to your body, just try to follow that. Try to take long exhalations here. Now from here, we want to learn how to avoid kick-ups and take both legs up one by one. So basically, you again, maybe I'll skip repeating this. You can come into a triangle shape, crown to the floor, walk, walk, walk. One leg lifts off. So usually what people do here is they do this, right? When that's something that you want to avoid, instead you want to really move to a position where you're on your tippy toes and then try to bend your leg and lift up like so. Instead of jumping like so, we want to really come on your tippy toes and then lift up the leg. Lift up the leg. So here, if you feel like you're not able to build a confidence on doing this on your own, you can ask someone to hold the ankle of your leg and do it. Or maybe what you can do is you can bring your back to the wall and do it, so that you know that okay, there's something that is supporting on the back. You can ask someone to stand on the back and hold this ankle so that you can easily lift the other leg up. So either of those options, whichever one feels feasible to you, try to execute that and really come up on both the legs without kicking. We really want to avoid kicks because it just brings a lot of pressure to your back, which is gonna hurt your back, so we don't want that. Come up to a triangle position. Now we learn how to do a headstand, how to do a half headstand rather. So come up, place the crown of your head to the floor, walk, 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 one leg up, then the other leg up. Maybe you are on the wall, or maybe there is someone supporting on the back. Maybe you're doing it alone. Well done. Now from here, we really want to, so you're here when you start, right? We really want to lift the knees to the sky. And before we understand that, we really want to hold in this position for at least 30 seconds. So we hold the half headstand 30 seconds and then we understand how to lift the knees up in a circular position like so. You're not extending your legs right away. That's the tendency of any person who is trying it for the first time. You don't want to shoot up your legs directly. You really want to understand how to unfold your legs and then you want to move straight up. So let's do that again. You're holding in the last step, you're holding in the half headstand for 30 seconds, and now we are learning how to unfold your knees and face it to the sky. Coming up again. Crown of the head on the floor, walk, walk, walk. Both legs in. This is half headstand. You have hold it here for 30 seconds and now you are lifting the knees off. This might take a longer time to crack. So maybe initially you might only be able to go until here. This might be your range. But slowly you will have full range where your knees are facing the sky. This is what we want. And then we want to unfold the legs. Come down. So that's the range we want while going up. And you only shoot up your legs once you're comfortable holding in half headstand and you are bringing the knees at least somewhere closer to the sky facing, and then you want to unfold your legs. Now you can also, if you're doing it on the wall, you can directly, like you might have to directly shoot up the legs because there's not much space to bring the knees to the sky. But if there is someone supporting, you can practice this. You can bring your knees to the sky and then unfold the legs. Now after unfolding the legs, what is the correction you want to make? That's what we will take a look at now. So let's measure the forearm. Again, the same steps. Crown of the head is down. We walk in. Knees to the sky. Make sure your shoulders are protracting here. Hold here for a couple of seconds. Get the feel of how it feels to lift the knees to the sky. Now unfold your legs to the sky. Once you're here, you want to straighten your posture by engaging your core here. As though you're holding your toilet, you have to squeeze your glutes, tighten your belly, and try to straighten the posture. And keep lifting your shoulders all the time. That's how you'll hold in a headstand. To come out, same steps, bend your legs, bring the knees closer to the chest and feet to the floor. Open the forearms and really take a nice long child pose here. If you're exhaling and inhaling really fast, if your heart rate is faster, it's absolutely okay. It was an intense exercise. So take your time to reach the final headstand pose. If you're already there, well done. If you're somewhere on the journey, even good. So just keep practicing this consistently. I can't really define a timeline for you because it depends on your individual practice, depends on your individual body type. So you might just practice and understand how your body performs. And all the best for your inversion journey. I wish to see more people upside down after this video. If you do share me a video. I would love to see your progress. I would love to help you anywhere you need. Maybe you can drop a comment if you have any question about this. That's it for the video. Thank you. Bye.